Hi, my name is Lashelle, and welcome to Love.Dream.Create. Well, today we are not going to horse around, we're not going to stall, we're going to jump right into it. And I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can build your income. So, now without further ado, we're going to start with the number one way you can have extra income, and that is if you have a car or if you like driving. And we're going to start at Amazon. Okay, everyone, put me on pause and grab a pen and a piece of paper because I'm going to give you a lot of information, and I want you to share this with your friends and make sure that you like, because by liking this video, then it's going to send this video out to a lot of people who are looking to get information. So first we have Amazon Flex. Now, I personally do Amazon. So this is for people who love to drive and don't mind driving, and it is quite of a workout as well. So basically you're going to really pump your muscles, and you're going to walk, and at the end of the night you feel stiff, but guess what? You have money at the end of the day. Now, this is very important. When you want to sign up for Amazon, you want to go on the website. I'm going to put a link in my description box. You can't find this per se on your Play Store. I have an Android. You have to go onto their website so you can download Amazon. The setup is not really hard. You're going to input your car information, make sure you have your photo ID, driver's license handy, and the verification for me was about 3 days, and then I was ready. And that was my first time doing Amazon. Now, what I love about Amazon is that you can select what route you want. You will go to a pickup location. In your phone, you will see if it's either for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, and it will tell you how much it is. Before Thanksgiving, I saw a lot of blocks, as they call it, blocks, because basically you're just delivering around the block and adjacent to the block. $80, $112. My first one was $112, $122. I live in Los Angeles. I saw one in Valencia for 156 hours for about 2 or 3 hours. That is wonderful. So, Amazon is perfect. They will give you your schedule once you scan the boxes, once you go to the Amazon facility. The app is wonderful. With They will tell you each stop you have to make, and you're basically in one little neighborhood. You're not over here and then traveling out 15 minutes over there or 20 minutes over there like other type of apps out there. Amazon keeps you within a block, and the money is really good. You get paid every Tuesday and Friday. The system sees you're doing a good job, they upgrade you. You also get different types of perks and benefits and cards once you do a good job. And little by little, they'll start sending you reserve blocks. I've done 2 reserve blocks, meaning today is Wednesday. So there might be one on Sunday, and it just sits there, and they want to see if you'll take it. And sometimes it is $80 to $100 or what have you. And it will tell you what time as well you want to take that reserve block, but it's reserved, so you know it's coming up on Sunday, so you don't have to worry about logging on to Amazon the night before or the day of to take an assignment. So Amazon, I recommend to everybody. Make sure you always count the distance you are traveling each night. And they also have apps for that, because you will want to write that off at the end of the year. There's also other different driving apps like Uber or Lyft. Now, me myself, I have not participated in Uber or Lyft. Everyone is different. I love to drive, but I'm not really comfortable having someone in my car. But if that's your thing, you also want to sign up to be an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. I met a musician in Las Vegas, and he said during the day he did Uber. At certain times is more money to drive somebody, and then he used to work at night, and it was very good extra income, supplemental income for him. So you also want to check into Uber or Lyft if you love to drive like me. Okay, next we have our apps and our extra income for eating out. So, hands down, I've never done it before, but a lot of people out there I have spoken with, some people I know, and then just some strangers I ask on the street. DoorDash is number one. I hear DoorDash is addictive. You can literally make up to $200 a day. 150, 160, 180, 190 to $200 a day. Now, one thing I have ran into applying for DoorDash is that they are at their limit for drivers in my area. Talked to this one girl, and she says, well, if you live in LA, just put down Hollywood because Hollywood is really, really busy and people are always eating out. So that's one suggestion. If you live next to a busy area, like next to San Francisco or what have you, then put in their zip code. And then if you don't mind driving to that area and delivering for DoorDash, I heard DoorDash is number one. Now, the next one is Fleet. Postmates. And that one is really, really, really good. Now, here's the thing with Postmates. Postmates pays you pretty well, but it's all about the tips. And what I like about the driver apps for eating out is that some different apps that we're going to get into later, you have to sit and wait for the customer, which might slow you down for the next order. We'll go over that later. But for for Postmates, and then another one we're going to get into, the people are right there. And what I do is when I'm on their way to deliver their food, I give them a little text. I'm on the way. They love that. They will really tip you $6, $7, $10. Don't forget, these people are hungry and you are their savior and they're just so happy to get their food. You will really get tipped. The cash out is the same day when you're done with in the middle of your orders or at the end of the night, you could cash out the money and it goes to your bank account. And again, don't forget that when it comes to travel, you want to track down your mileage because you will get that nifty little tax report at the end of the year and you have to write down your expenses and how much you spend on mileage. So don't forget to track that down. Now, there's also Uber Eats. I haven't done Uber Eats before, but I see that it's very, very lucrative. That's another way that you can have extra income. Now, I have done Caviar, and that is on the app, and it pays pretty good. There's one place on Wilshire. I haven't done it for about a year. During COVID, I was really, really bored. I just wanted to work. So I said, oh, this sounds fun. This looks fun. I get to kind of drive around LA and know my different freeways and how they intersect. So I did Caviar, and there's this one popular bistro pizza place on Wilshire. And that bistro alone, I was there 6 different times. And this was all in about an hour or 2 hours. So definitely look up Caviar. And they give you this really, really cute zip cooler bag to put the pizzas and the food in. And you can also use that for other food or use as a storage at your house. Now, I just don't want to limit you right there. There are more driver apps to add extra income to your bank account other than Caviar, DoorDash, Postmates. So what you have to do is look around and see which one works for you, which one is lucrative to you. There are 100 in your Play Store app. So I put you to the challenge, do your homework, and download some apps, apply to them, and see what type of lucrative income. And what I like about it is if, let's say you do Amazon, and then you kind of get sick of Amazon and the boxes, so then you want to switch to fleets and do a fleet real quick around your neighborhood. So you kind of don't get burned out doing the driver apps. That's what I really like about it. You could do one in the morning, a different one in the afternoon, and one at night. Don't forget, share this with a friend. There's a lot of people out there that want to add and earn extra income to their bank account, but they just don't know where to look. Sometimes we all could kind of be stuck in our head and kind of be limited on the way we think on different type of income. So don't forget, share this with a friend. Liking this on YouTube gets this out to so many people that can use these ideas. And guess what? We're not even done yet. Okay, the next one I'm going to hook you now. See, we're going to get off the driver apps for a minute. Now, the next one is called WAG. Now, this is for my pet lovers out there. WAG is an app. So, if you don't mind dedicating some of your time, it's not about driving, you drive to the location, but it's about spending time with a furry little animal, a cat, or most often a dog. You can be scheduled to take them on walks, to pop in the house, and to sit. The application is going to ask you everything, and then it's going to give you a little test on dogs and make sure you know how to care for an animal. But after that, you can pick if you want to walk a dog, if you want to house sit for a dog, or I think I even saw if you don't mind a dog coming to your house and to house sit for that dog for the owners. Oh, it is so beneficial if you don't have an animal or pet of your own to take care of someone else's pet because they show you so much love, and it's good to get not be in your head like I always talk about, and just spend some time with a dog. It's so beneficial. Plus, you get paid and you get tipped very, very well from what I hear. I'm going to put the link in the description box just in case you've never heard of it, but it's called WAG, and that's another way you can add extra income. Okay, now the next way to add extra income is for my shoppers out there. How many of you like to shop, grocery shop? You don't mind standing in lines and you kind of like looky-looing. Well, I got the side job for you, and that is Instacart. I like to grocery shop, so I don't have a problem. And I see it as serving people, being of service to people, because often when I drop off the groceries, it's to people who can't walk as well as they used to. Some of them are in wheelchairs, or they're just a little bit more mature. I like saying that, mature in age. Or sometimes it's to new moms or families with babies. So I see it as offering a service. But let me break it down for you. It is in your app, Instacart. And what I like about this is, again, now before COVID, they would have a big slew of grocery stores, how far you will travel to drop off the groceries, and how much it is. So that's what I like about it. You know how much it's going to be, you know pretty much where you're going and what store. And once you have a store you really like Ralph's or Sprouts, then you're likely to go back to that store. Now, when you're looking at the app, it will tell you what aisle and what shelf the food are on. And guess what? People at the grocery stores who work there, they're there to help you out. Sometimes you might get something that says 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags. That means you just pick the bags up. They're ready to go. You don't have to shop. And again, I communicate with my customers. Sometimes they might not want this item, or they don't have it, but they have this. The customers really love you, and that means more tips. Instacart, yeah, you can make about $20, but normally sometimes it's more like $30, $40. And you do a few of those in a day. Instacart, it is just beautiful. Though there's another way to make income. You're not always driving. You're driving to the grocery store and you're driving to their apartment or their house, but it's not a lot of hustle and bustle driving like Amazon or maybe Postmates or DoorDash. You're a little bit more settled with Instacart. So if you don't mind grocery shopping and loading up the car with your groceries, it's a little bit more relaxing, then I suggest Instacart. I'll put the link down below. But again, don't forget to map out your location, note it down for the end of the year, because quickly you will get $600 and it'll be a write-off. Okay, last but not least, we're going to get away from the driver apps. Now, I just want to let you know there's a lot more apps out there where you can make some money. I just want to give you a few suggestions to kind of get the wheels cranking and turn on the light bulb in your head. So there's so many more driving apps, food apps, things of that sort. But now we're going to jump over to some creative ideas. Okay, so I'm an actress, and one time I was taking acting classes, and I found out that a girl started babysitting a little bit here, a little bit there to pay for her acting classes and her headshots. How genius is that? For those of you who don't mind babysitting and you have experience, see if you could get with a professional company like a temp company, or some people who need somebody to watch their kids, and you could do things like that. Now, for my people who have a business background, or if you've done clerical work, admin work, things of that sort, don't forget temp jobs. Now, some of you might have a part-time job or a full-time job, but sometimes you do have 2 days off. If you have a part-time job, you might have 3 days off. So think about getting with a temp service. A temp service, Manpower, there's a lot out there. Do a Google search. And then they can put you onto a job where you can get extra money working an additional 6 hours for that day, or maybe 8 hours for that day, additional money, so you can pay for what it is that you need to pay for. This is ideal. Also, I was listening on the news. Robert Half, I'm going to put a link down below in the description box. They have seasonal work. It's only going to be for a few months, some of it's contract, but it's always good to work with a company like that as well, especially if you have business background, admin background, video editing. They have a slew of jobs. I'm going to put the link down below again in my description box. And if you are thinking of maybe looking around for a new job, well, it's perfect taking a job like that, because after that seasonal job is done and you have completed it and you've just been an all-star, then they really will consider you if you wanted to work full time and just jump ship and work for Robert Half, which isn't a bad thing at all. So those are other different things you can do. Temporary clerical work, even remote work, working at home but answering phone calls. My social media buffs out there, for those of you who love social media, maybe you could get a job posting social media posts for people part-time or after you come home from your regular job. Social media management, sky is the limit. There are tons of websites out there to look for temporary work. Like I said, there's temp services, so you can do it on the side, on the weekend. There are also places like Indeed or Career Builder or Zip Recruiter that you can find it. And if you look at the category, it only takes your time. So set up your resume on these websites. It takes maybe about 20 minutes to a half an hour. Put down all of your skills. And then when you search for a job, you can search for part-time or remote jobs. And that's what you can do. That's a really good way to get extra income coming in. I mean, I like income. I don't love it, but I like the idea of having extra income, because I never know what's going to be coming up. And we all know the story of the grasshopper and the ant. I'm not a grasshopper. I know you're not a grasshopper either. You want to be an ant and you want to prepare for the winter. We're in the winter right now because we never know, aside of why we want to do this. You might need that extra money because something might be coming up unexpectedly. Another thing is trades. For my people who know how to do specific trades like construction, perhaps you know how to do nails, or you're a whiz at doing people's hair, or different types of trades like that. You can do that part-time. Look for a bartending job part-time, especially if you're off on Saturdays and Sundays. And then that could be your extra income. And I don't have to tell you, bartending, you will definitely be able to pick up extra cash, especially for doing hair and nails, different trades like that. I hope everyone enjoyed my segment today and got a lot of information on ways to make different types of income to help you on your way to the top. Speaking of on your way to the top, I have a question for everyone out there. Do you guys have a link tree? Well, right now you are seeing a video coming up on a video I did about optimizing your Instagram link and your other links on other social media platforms using Linktree. This is perfect for my creatives, my professionals, my entrepreneurs that want to cross promote their websites so you can have visibility. Please feel free to click on that. And until then, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. And until then, take care.